Good morning and welcome everyone to this weekend charting session. Today I'm gonna go through all the ETFs, and after that I'm gonna go through all the names, all the important names, and then we'll find good setups. And then along with that, if I see any trade recap and which was a good trade, then I'm gonna do a trade recap too. And we'll also talk about how to kind of entries, exits, or how to draw exact key levels and what to look for when you select your key levels and all that. So that being said, let's get started. And just want to give you guys a quick disclaimer that whatever I discuss here, those are my own ideas. There are no financial advice. We'll start with ARC ETFs, and then as you guys know, we'll see SPY, Qs, and IWM in the end. So that will give us a good picture to see what we are looking at. So ARCG, the first one, guys, I'm gonna look at the daily charts. So weeklies, we'll see if we need to look any. The thing is, guys, the most of the setups gonna look the same in this market because day before Friday we got this really nice bullish engulfing, and this is followed by another bullish candle on very high volume. Um, thank you. And if you look at the weekly, I think there are most likely chances that it made a really nice hammer on the weekly at the bottoms, right? So things looking bullish. But the thing is, guys, the only thing that I'm worried that I'm not a bullish yet. That I want a price to close below prior swing high. So if price is not reclaiming this highs, so I'm not turning bullish. So this is not the case with just ARC. This will be the case with probably every blue chip stock out there. So if any blue chip stock is not above this February high, and then not closing above this level, then there are less chances that stock is still in a downtrend. If you look at the weeklies, we can clearly see still in a downtrend. 1 week, guys, doesn't prove anything. I want to see some more action. I want to see some more continuation to the upside before you saying okay, yeah, the bottom is in, right? So guys, for RG for next week, no, what I'd be looking at to get into a trade is just this day's high. If this day's high, and then we can get some calls with a small targets of like 50 on the break. But guys, again, this is a big level. You guys see this is where price got rejected and made a new low. So that is a valid supply zone right at the top. So I want a price to close above these levels and then go to highs again, guys. But if you look at ARC names, there are supplies all everywhere. Look in here, um, price goes in here, cross above this level, and then well, there is a fresh supply above too, right? So price has a lot of catching up to do, but we'll see how that goes going on next week or next month, because the Fed is also proposing the 100 bps point raise. I think the market is already priced in for 25 bps and 50 bps, and then 100 and anything more than that would be a shock for the market. And then I think we'll see some reaction too of that. Just waiting on a next FOMC meeting to going long or short, to be honest, at this point. Next is ARC. Bear flag breakdown, same setup, guys. The only thing that is that was a support, right? So that was a support. that is support that the started into the started from COVID. So this is a COVID ETF, right? So basically, this is a COVID ETF. It's just booming in the COVID. Everyone loves Kathy. Kathy's a great and all that. But suddenly, all of a sudden, when the earnings started to come out of all these companies like Skills, DKNG, Palantir, Roku, Twilio, all these companies on the earnings started to came out, their their guidance, and they're like, we're not making money, we're gonna make money in like 10 years, and some people making lose a lot, company make a lot of lose a lot of money. And then we starting to see the real price of ARK is just dropping, and now the bubble is about to burst. Of it you can see that was a really big bubble right here, right? So anything below this level is just this bubble is going to burst. um, the thing is, even if ARK going up, the companies that are in the ARK ETF, they're not going to perform good for years to come, right? So I, I don't want to be I don't want to turn bullish on ARK for long term, to be honest. But I would just scalp it on an intraday basis or on the weekly basis, just a swing. But I would have ARK in my long term portfolios. Again, guys, same levels here. So this is again key level that we mentioned in the prior video. Let me clear the drawing so you guys can see clearly. So that was the prior swing high. So that was a clear supply zone here. I want price to close of these levels, and then we'll talk uh, for a for a bull case. Until then, guys, just even if price goes there, rejected it, and then and come back down, and then that would also give us a good short opportunities too. But for now, uh, I'm also watching this lows. I'm also watching this low, which is 64. I'm gonna set an alert at 64, and then if we get a gap down Monday or to the upside, so we can play it. Also, again, guys, the one thing that I always say is, many stocks you see, this is the first bounce. So every stock you seeing in your chart, every chart you seeing, this is probably the first bounce after the downtrend. So the first bounce after the downtrend, it just be it just could be a short covering, right? It could be a short covering, and then there are chances that then pull back. But there's a most of the chance that it will pull back. Like every single time price comes to support, then there's a short covering, and then there's a pullback, and then price goes up. So what happens, guys? I don't buy this first pump. I wait for price to retrace, or to pull back a little, or make some kind of pattern, or a bull flag, a falling wedge, or just a sideways action, and then I'll go long or short according to that pattern. Because this could just be a fake pump, this could just be a short covering, and then shorts go there, and then they reload it here, and then push it back down, right? I want to see the bulls in control, the price going up, and then we got a pullback, and then off that pullback, we got a breakout, and then bulls clear this supply here, right? Bulls clear the supply, and then starting going up. So guys, that is the case for every single stock. It's not like it's gonna work with ARC. That works with every single stock in every time frame in on every chart. Guys, again, most of the other ARC names are gonna look the same. Initial pump, I don't trust the initial pump again, guys. So that would be my plan to go long in this market. Let me know if you guys have any question on this one. I can quickly answer, looking through. Yes, let me know, guys. Yeah, guys, with ARC, I would be just waiting to the low break of this daily hammer, or I would just play the hammer break to the upside, as long as it's holding this hammer highs. I would play the call. Simple as that. And then I would be careful around these levels. Any swing highs that it made on 7th or 10th February, any stock, I'll be careful with that. Here comes the semiconductor ETF, just in a sideways action, nothing really going on. Price bouncing off the support we had, and also bouncing off this 24 January low, never closed below. Bull stepped in. So if you guys were here, so I always tell you this was an important low to hold for anything. And then we got bull stepped in when this low tried to break on semiconductor ETFs. So clear levels here going into next week. Again, guys, high of this candle. I know price can just gap up to on Monday, and it just ended at what 270.60. Yeah, guys, it's ended at high of the day. So I would be just watching the high of the day. I would choose couple of names. I would not set an alert on every single stock, because every single stocks most likely ended at high of the day. So I don't want to have 50 different alerts on Monday morning, and then I would get confused which one to play. So I'm gonna choose couple names, and then only gonna focus on those names, and then we'll make my watch list bigger as the time goes by. So this is the key level also for the downside is 262 for downside, and for upside is a clear level 270 60 for the upside, with the targets of guys, these are intraday plays, these are not swings. um, these are all intraday ideas, not swing ideas. Below this level and the target would be 280, and then close above these levels in this range. And then we can clearly see that was the range break retest going down. So if the correction is over, I want priced above these levels, close above these levels, and then start pushing back up. Downtrend break here on uranium on high volume, looking bullish, but I'm gonna wait for this level to cross to play the uranium names. Really good for small account guys. Content move nice. Uranium has like two or three names in my watch list. The first is CCJ that I often play all the time, and then there's another UWW. That one has a monthly contract, so I don't touch that. But this URA ETFs, gives you a better idea where the uranium stocks are going. And then we got this nice breakout of it, and then the next key level. Um, would be 23, close above 23, and then we can see some momentum in uranium names. Guys, this is what I was saying. Look at the January low, price going up. So that was just a short covering. That could just be a short covering at this level. And then we got that dip, we got the bull flag, right? We got the bull flag right here. Now price breaking out of this bull flag. So now all I want is price to close above the swing high, close above it, hold above it, and then start rallying to the upside. Let's see if we get that going into next week. High volume coming in. This is my, let me set an alert in here. Setup looks nice. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Guys, what is this? We're looking at the same chart as well. The same thing here. You guys see on the 7th or 10th February high on the biotech, and it also had that bear flag breakdown too, right? And then now just price trying to go back to the prior resistance, probably a retest, or this is the start of the actual bottom. We'll know by next week for sure. They're not bullish on XPI yet. I want to price C close above these levels. 95.84 close these levels, and then it'd be nice. We can clearly see, how many times price got rejected around these levels. So reclaiming these levels would be good, and then close above this level, and then would be a valid double bottom pattern here, the W pattern on XPI. Guys, if you have any chart requests, as you guys know, if you guys are new here, just to let you know, guys, that I am gonna go through every single chart in my watch list. I have probably 100 charts. I'm gonna go through alphabetically, and then if you are waiting for any chart, if I'm at A, and so that means I'm gonna do all the A's first, and then I'm gonna do the Z's at the end, and then I'm gonna also do the chart requests and the general Q&A in the end. If you guys have any questions, any chart requests, wait for that part to coming up. Um, Material sector, clearly see can clearly see is in a sideways section going on. So guys, when you trade a chop, you gotta be careful, because when price in a range, like it could anything could happen. Price, and there are more fake outs playing the range than playing outside of the range, or playing, or break of the key level. So most of the names I see is in the range. So going into next week, I'm gonna be careful of playing in the range. I have one more. When we go to a spy chart, then we'll talk about it. Communication set up pretty new lows here. We had this support, look like it bounced off that support here. This is also a fresh demand zone on the daily too. Then price bouncing off that level, and then communication is also has a small gap in here to fill. Not bullish yet on anything. If you look at the daily chart, guys, the daily price still in a downtrend. Right? Daily price is still in downtrend. The weekly price is still in a downtrend. There's no reason to be bullish yet. But we're gonna play the levels. But we got this downtrend break on communication sector. So I'll be watching this is a level that I projected before. So two levels I'll be watching on communications for any upside, which is 68 80, and then 70 40. These are two levels I'll be watching for communication sector for more upside. Again, guys, any stock, any ETF I see tomorrow, or on Monday, that it's breaking this lows of Fridays, that would be the easiest trade out there, because bulls clearly gave up, and then now is breaking the Friday lows, and the next targets would be the pretty clear targets on every name. So that is my game plan to play the puts going into next week. XLE oil's just consolidating sideways. Nothing's really going on. Um, you guys can clearly see, price just um, came here, retested it. Now it's going there. Um, Consolidating sideways at all-time highs. So the levels that I'll be watching for XLE for next leg up would be 70.45, 70.50. I'm gonna wait for the 70.50 break. I think this has also had a gap to fill up until 78, and then with all the war situation going on, the oil price is rising. So wouldn't be surprised to see on new highs on XLE. what a bounce on XLF. So guys, we had this. Look at this, guys. How well 24 January low acted on most of these ETFs, on most of these names. Most of these names came here into the support. Look at the bounce. That means that this is a valid level for bulls. That means this is a level that bulls don't want to give up. If you guys see any stock bouncing of this level of January 4th level, and in future is breaking that level, so that means that dash is gonna flush, dash is gonna dump hard. So watch out for that. And then said XLF looking strong here with all this named. Watching this downtrend break, actually on high watch going into next week. So 39.43 would be the level that I'll be watching for more upside. All right, guys. This move doesn't look sustainable on most names. And two back to back this high volume green days, like there should be some kind of pullback. Not in here, but let's say after one green candle, there should be a pullback. Market just cannot go up and up. Mm. Industrials, guys, sideways action looks like a bear trap here on the weekly chart. Price broke down of this range, closed below it. Most of the shorts probably get their positions right here, and then got squeezed out, and then price came back into the range of this big range. So the next thing I'll be watching is it's just these highs. These highs for more upside. 99.77 for more upside with the targets of 101.50. Only if we break up. It's like there are chances that we go sideways on Monday or Tuesday or sideways on Monday, and then we make some kind of pattern here and then break out of that pattern. We'll see what happens. Consumer staples looking good. Okay, what a fake out on this one, guys. If I see this candle after breaking support, um, uh, I wouldn't even think about going short at that point. Price is in a clear downtrend in consumer staples. We saw all these consumer names are popped off last week pretty good. So should be on high watch. Like this is a good move. So I don't think I'm expecting another leg up on Monday. But if this breaks the 76.37 level on Monday, that would give us a good trade in the consumer staples name with a target of 77.21. This is a real estate ETF. Mhm. No clear levels here. I don't think it's just gonna come down Monday. Gary Stacker is still in the range. Let's see how the daily trend looks like. Um, at the daily downtrend here. So I want a price above what level? So this is a prior support here. We can see there's a prior support, Vergades support, broke down, retested it, now went back down. So that looks like a valid support here on real estate XLRE. So I'm gonna have this level marked to see if price is closing above these levels, and then this. So this is the ultimate level 48, close above these levels, and then start to see some highs or break this Friday lows and then start going back down. Utilities, just pricing just in this falling wedge, you can say price consolidating in this in a falling wedge. Uh, Once the break of these highs, 68.40, break above these levels, hold above it, and then it can start to see some new highs. Has some supply up there. We can clearly see there was a fake out in here, and then price just got rejected, came back all the way down. So if price goes back there, I'm expecting rejection again. Healthcare, wow. Yes, it coming back to our levels. These are the levels I did not change this whole week. I do not trade ETFs, but what I do every single morning, the first 10 15 minutes, I go look at all the ETFs charts that I've drawn, all the levels throughout the weekend, and then see how those levels are getting respected. And then we can clearly see all of our levels are getting respected on uh, healthcare sector. This was a level that I was watching for a long position, but now it's just gonna readjust it, and I'm gonna watch 131.27 for more upside. Guys, I don't know why this move, these two moves does not look sustainable, that this on Monday it can continue back up. So I would be cautious. I would be stay away if I see any chop on Monday or Tuesday before going back up. So 137.27 level for more upside here. Guys, let me know how do I sound. Is it all right, or is it low here, or should I need to increase it? Let me know, and then we can adjust according to that. Because I remember last time a couple of people were saying that they couldn't listen properly. This is a consumer XLY. Uh, just watching the downtrend, man. In most of the stocks, just watching this downtrend, this daily downtrend break, and then we can get some calls to the upside. So the levels that I'll be watching on this one is 179.20 on XLY for more upside. Again, guys, this is a trade. Most of these trades we are setting our levels in the chart. We are setting our levels in the chart. So that means I am not gonna size up as I do in the most of the times, because I want to see clear breaks. If I see prices breaking this level, so that is a clean level, that is a clear resistance level. Prices breaking above this level, I'll be more comfortable putting my more capital into this name or any name. Instead, I trade in the range, and then I got faked out. Um, you know, that's why. But guys, I increased a little bit of volume. Let me know if that works out. So all the ETFs are done. So now let's just look at S&P 500, and let's decide its fate, where it's going next week. Let's look at the weekly chart first. Really bullish hammer here on the weekly, guys. Really bullish hammer. Price came all the way back into this demand zone right here, and then bounced off these levels. So pretty bullish. uh, pretty bullish candle, to be honest, if you ask me, on S&P 500 on the weekly chart. But guys, again, these candles, all this volume and stuff is not make sense if the price is not above these levels. So if S&P is not above 458 by any chance over next week or in 2 weeks, I'm not going to turn bullish on it, because you see, price was on the daily chart. If we look at, that was a clear supply zone on the daily chart. Price came back down, and then we got a short covering of that. We got a short covering, and then price went back into this prior support here, where it broke down on the prior support, and then had some consolidation going on. You can say it's a distribution going on in this whole phase, and then after that we got a breakdown. We got a breakdown of this zone, and then the sellers were um, the sellers were in control, and then there they pushed the price all the way back to the new lows. So what does that mean, guys? So that means the sellers are very aggressive in these levels. So S&P goes to this level, high chances of getting rejected, or price goes there, started consolidating again, or price, just push up, consolidating again, and then break this highs of 468, and then confirms that all the bears are out, that now bulls can go long on S&P, because it broke the key level that it rejected before. It cleared the supply zone now. Now it's instead of supply, it's created that demand zone now. So that would be good to see. Again, guys, price comes here, let's say price comes here, and then started consolidating, and then broke out of that consolidation, and then made a highs. And then when price made that highs, so that means that will be the valid demand zone for S&P 500 in the future. So if price gaps up and then made new highs, and then anytime in future price gonna come back to this level will act as a bounce zone. So when a price gonna come here, it's gonna bounce. So supply will turn into demand. Guys, that's how all it works. All the supply and demand in every single chart. So that's what I'm looking in the long term on S&P 500, but on the shorter term, on the intraday basis, what I'm looking at is basically these two levels. So 438.77, close above these levels, and then we can push to 448. But there could be a chop around these levels, and then push back down. Mm. Guys, I also had that Elliott wave count on this one that I showed you guys last week. I'm gonna quickly go through on that. So guys, my ultimate target. Um, Guys, I got a okay guys. Thanks for the appreciate, but guys, I got a new mic. I got a new mic. I don't know if it's set up properly. Guys, my bad. That mic was not plugged in. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in now. My bad.
Okay,
Okay,
this
my
mic
mic
is
is
plugged
plugged
in
in
now.
now.
Let
Let
me
me
know
know if
if
it
it works
works
any
any
better.
better.
Wow,
Wow,
that
that
was
was
not
not
good.
good. Okay, guys. Okay, two mics. Okay. How about now? How about now? Let me know. So I turned off the one mic. I'm only using the one mic. So okay, it's better now, better than before.
Okay, fire, fire. Guys, I didn't even plug in the mic. Okay, I didn't see. Thanks for pointing it out, guys. Um, so guys, S&P 500, my target remains this 400, 380, 400 level for S&P to go there, and then I'm gonna be a bull on this one. Um, So we got this leg down. We got this third wave ended the higher degree on this all-time highs we got, and then we got a W wave down, and then a short covering of wave X, and then the I think this SPY is in the final leg down of wave Y. So it goes down this wave A. So wave three consists of three waves, right? So we got this wave C right here, made a new low of wave we see, and then with wave B, this is a short covering wave, so it's going to a short covering, and then probably gonna go somewhere around these levels or 440s, and then I'm expecting a sell off back to 380s and 400 levels. As uh, this count it will be invalidated if price is above these levels. So anything below these levels, I'm gonna try short on S&P 500. So this is my added wave count on S&P for a longer term. Qs, guys, kind of same thing here. Qs as on S&P, uh, but on Qs are Qs shed more blood than the S&P. So what I'll be watching is these highs going into next week. 346.81 next week. 346.90. 346.91 highs I'm watching on Qs to play the upside. And then if you look at the daily chart, so this is an important level on daily chart too. So again, this is a zone that I want Qs to clear. This zone I want Qs to clear, and to start going to 370s, and then break about 370s and start going back up. Again, guys, FOMC coming this month. Anything could happen. Right now we are in a news driven market, but if you guys follow the levels, news does not matter. News is coming, it's all right, but after news coming out, it's all supply and demand after, right? So play the news with the levels, and then you'll be all good, and then you will have less FOMO in the market. So these are levels I'm watching. Again, the lows on Qs, I'm watching this hammer low, and then we see price bounce off this level before held it, and then so the next time is if price closing below these levels, then I'm gonna go short on Qs, which is 334 level. Close below 334 or go, and then that is not good for Qs at all. What is IWM? We got this bear flag breakdown, retest here of this zone, and now price is trying to go back in the range, but nothing's gonna confirm unless price breaks the weekly downtrend, right? Price breaks the weekly downtrend and close above some of these levels. So this could just be a flag breakdown retest and then go back down. But we'll see. I don't want to play IWM just yet. I will just play IWM on the break of these highs. Or break of this 10th February highs. I'm gonna play IWM. Until then, we have other ETFs to play. This isn't a clear range. But if I wanna play it, I would watch this level. 204.90, 205. I'm watching 205 level to quickly scalp for the upside. Can clearly see it has a heavy supply zone around these levels. So I'll be careful trading IWM or any name related to IWM. So that's that. All the ETFs. We're done with all the ETFs. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat. I'll go through it after. And now let's just start with all the plays we have. in our watch list. Really nice fire moves last week. Look, if we just look at the action, most of the people say bulls are back in control. We printed two back-to-back days, green days. Uh, but guys, in the downtrend, that is normal. All these rallies, all these V-shaped recoveries in a downtrend is very common. Aluminium prices are skyrocketing. So expecting double A to see some new highs if market allows. So this one, so the highs I'll be watching on a double A would be 70, 840 on this one. Let's set an alert on this one, 78.40 level for any upside. That is the intraday. That would be intraday trade, and then I will also have this level marked, which is 80. So these are two levels I'm watching on double A. Cross above these levels, and then it can see some new highs, and then we can clearly see prices in this range here. And then we did not get a retest yet of this range break. So we did not get the retest of this range break. If price anytime breaking this lows here on double A, that would be a easy trade to short back down to this retest here. So watching both sides, but for now, just the upside, just because the price is close now near the resistance here. Guys, Apple, if you were here last time, you guys probably know, the Apple, what's going to happen with Apple, and then it did what we talked about. It's going to do. Now just look at this is the head and shoulder that I pointed out on the daily chart. And then that was the demand zone that we drew. There are chances that price might bounce off this level, and then price perfectly came in this daily fresh demand zone, and then bounced off this level. So the next Apple's looking strong compared to the other names, some of the other names out there. So I'll be watching this name. Okay, we got some problems. We got some problems. So two levels again, guys. When price is going up, from the downtrend, like from a complete downtrend, when price is going to the upside, you cannot have a one single line for it to cross to be bullish. I want to see prices, uh, crossing all this whole zone on SPY, this whole zone on Qs. I want price to clear this zone to play the next leg up, basically. So I don't want to give one single level to all these blue chip names, and then we got a fake out, and then that's I don't want. So I'm giving you guys two levels on most of the blue chip names, so you guys will have that and see how price reacts on those levels, and then make a trade decision accordingly. Now let's wait a second, guys. I'm gonna quickly go through SPY monthly chart. I did not go to SPY monthly chart. I think I had some thesis. Um, and this one, okay, yes, I do. So again, guys, this is the price you see that I had marked. This is also a prior month low, prior month highs. So if prices are reclaiming prior month highs, so that means we are bullish, right? Uh, and I think that on Monday is the last day of the month. So the next month we're gonna start as an inside month. So that means a chop, right? So be careful out there uh, on in March, because we're gonna start inside month on SPY, and inside months, inside weeks, inside day are always a chop. I do not trade when I see a stock or ETFs is in the inside range of the prior day candle or prior week candle or prior month candle. Then I take trades and Then I size down and then see how price reacts of the levels inside the range or inside the candle. So be careful about that going into March. And then any highs or lows are breaking of the February highs. That should give us an easy trade on any names. Hmm. We were at Apple levels given. Okay, this is the weakest name that I like. Okay, guys, this is with YouTube streaming apps. My computer is just, I think, not liking the load. I'm gonna get a new PC soon. So what I'm watching on Airbnb, clear levels, very clear levels here. So anything above this, 165.22, can play the calls. Let's set an alert, put in green, and then break off these lows for the downside. Easy play. 152.91 for more downside. On Airbnb with the target of this candle low here, which is 141, and I'm bullish above these levels. 165.25 around these levels. EBT, I think this is a healthcare name or a biotech name, and then we saw momentum in the biotech. It's a inverted head and shoulder breakdown. Looks like a fake or price came into this fresh demand zone that we marked the last time. Look how well price reacted, guys. How well price came into this zone in the fresh demand zone, formed a base, broke out of the base. Now what's next? If you guys are listening, the ETFs, what this could just be a short covering of the lows. Now, what I want to see is I'm going to mention it one more time, guys. Short covering rally, a pattern, or retest of this support, or make a range of some kind, or not here, but here, somewhere around anywhere, right? And then broke out of that range to the upside, or make that range or break to the downside. That would give us a fire trade in any stocks out there. So watch out for that pattern to be built. Yeah, so price was in this range for a pretty long time, broke down of the range, never got retested clearly on the weekly chart. So so this is the key level here for Adobe to pass. So which is a 481.40 for a key level for Adobe to pass, and then low of this candle breaks. You guys know we discussed about this. Low of this candle breaks or low of the Friday breaks on any name, then I'm gonna enter into puts. I'm not gonna set an alert on every single one of them, but I'll be watching almost most of the charts in the morning. So if anything's breaking, then I'm gonna get into puts. It's actually a good setup for the upside too. Any highs, if this high breaks on Adobe, it can quickly push back up to 481 level. That would give us a good intraday trade on Adobe. Man. Aerodesk, weak candle, not not can say weak candle, but rejected into the resistance. So I'm not gonna play the upside, and then I'm gonna be waiting for price to break this lows. High volume coming in after earnings. So I like to play the names right after earnings because there are high chances of of the stocks to move to either direction just by looking at the volume. We're seeing a lot of volume coming in the past days, and then even after earnings we got a nice volume. So I think it's ready to move to the either direction. So what I'm gonna do, looks like a doji here. I'm gonna have these levels on my chart, these two levels, uh, for to play the upside. Again, guys, this is a supply zone here, as mentioned in most of the names. And then if I'm getting into a calls in this break of this, the first resistance, I'm gonna add in small. I'm gonna start small in this and then see how price reacts in this zone. And then when price breaks out of this zone, then I might add my full size, right? This would be the case with any stock. A firm bouncing off the same thing, guys. Let's So this was the breakdown level on a firm. So this was the prior breakdown level on a firm. So if price goes back, if price goes back to these levels and I see prices are rejecting those levels at 48 or something, then that would give us a perfect short opportunity. So that was just basically the theme, the sell the rips. That's it. That is a theme since January. So wouldn't be surprised to see that theme back in play. And guys, look at the daily volume. It's not coming up. Look at the daily volume. No one is interested. No one is interested. It's pushing back higher, pushing back off support on low volume, and going down on high volume. What does this say? That says this is gonna dump. So this is on high watch. We're going to next week. Watching 37.15 level low to be break to play the downside. Let's look at the daily magnets here. You guys can build upside, quickly goes to these levels, reject back down. That would be the perfect shot here. Looks like invalidated the bear flag here, but it's all right. We don't play off bear flags, we play off the levels. So if this level is breaking, once 3093, no, wait, 137. So 137 is breaking and can play the upside on AMAT for more upside. Yeah, that's the clear levels. Okay, this is I'm gonna mark 137 for upside, and you guys know the Friday lows would always be my put trigger. Let's look at AMC. AMC, I always had this level on my margin, never broke, which is 1813. So 1813 is my level on AMC to broke for to play the upside. This is actually looking good. If it breaks, right? Why? Because it did not break this January low, held above it, and then we got this rally of the lows, and then got a rejection right where it broke down before, right? Yes, can you guys see now clearly? A lot of lines on the chart. Broke down of this level, retested it, goes back down. January lows held. So that was a short covering, the flag that we saying making. Now if it breaks a downtrend and visit these highs and close above these highs for an ultimate reversal, right? So that is a long-term plan on AMC. If that happens, that'd be nice. If not, then we can play the downside. It's that easy. So 1650, watching for any downside, and then for upside, watching 1813 on AMC. Also, earnings coming up next week, so that can decide where it's gonna go. That doesn't make sense. Here comes the AMD. AMD is actually looking good. So AMD is definitely on high watch. If we got any more upside on a stock, mm, 121.90 level, I'll be watching for more upside. I can clearly see price in this range here, and then what happens? What happens? Price was in this range. Price was in this range. Everyone was waiting for a downside, and then what happened? We got a fake out. We got a fake out, and then guys, most of the time, what happens when price fakes out of the support or resistance? It breaks. It breaks the opposite side. So now we got a fake out to the downside. So if we break to the upside, that would give us a good trade. So 121.28. So basically 122 on AMD to play the upside with a target of 127. Uh, and then guys, the ultimate breakout level, the big breakout level is obviously is these highs that we talked about, 132 or 133 levels. I want to show you something on a smaller time frame too on AMD. Really nice setup here on a smaller time frame, guys. Pushed up. Now what? Price side consolidating sideways at highs, and it kind of broke or did not break. It price is still in the range, or you can say this is a bull flag here in 15 minutes. Whole day consolidation in a sideways action. Now, if it breaks these highs, that would confirm that that was accumulation, not a distribution. Or if this breaks these lows, that would also give us a good trade to the downside too, right? So because price is at resistance. And then look at the volume, guys. Look at the volume. A lot of accumulation, even in the sideways action, a lot of volume coming in. Uh, we'll see if that's accumulation of this whole or that's a distribution going into next month. Here comes the Amazon daily chart. Again, guys, all you guys see, this most of the names that we're putting our levels on are in the range. So be careful out there. So 31.17 is a level that I'll be watching for more upside. And I don't think it filled the gap properly on Amazon. Let's see. Okay, it did fill the gap to the dot. Okay, that's fire. Again, guys, if anything, let's say tomorrow, right? If price is holding above this Friday highs and then you guys see prices breaking out, retesting that level, that would also give us a good trade to the upside, right? So also watch out for that levels too. And then these are levels I'm marking because these are the high confidence levels, right? If it's breaking above these levels, that means we can get into a trade. But if I see the price is holding above this Friday highs in any stock, and then retesting it is not closing below, and then retesting it going back up, and that would also give us a good trade just to ride the trend to the upside until it breaks, right? Mm, let's look at BA. Ping pong action here on on BA. Look at this. Coming into support bounce, coming into support bounce, coming into support bounce, guys. Again, coming into a bounce and support. Nothing new, and then making the same pattern again and again, again and again on Boeing. I can show you the same pattern on Boeing for this last 1 year. So this is a downtrend, this is uptrend break, price made a new low. This is the uptrend break, price made a new low, right? Uptrend break. Here's a one more uptrend, and there's one more uptrend broke, and then we have this uptrend broken too. So following the same thing between past 2 years, easy to trade, Boeing. So what I'm watching next, I'm watching these levels. So watching this 2690 level for any upside, and then also has I think a gap to fill. Watching this level next week, I'm just gonna set an alert in there, and then I'm also gonna set an alert to play the downside too on Boeing. Setup looks fire either side. So 199 to play the downside, and 206.90 to play the upside. Bank of America, guys. You or most of the names you see, like we saw the XLF, we saw the XLF bouncing off support. So all these names are gonna you're gonna see the same action. What I would suggest is choose one or two bank names on your watch list, and then see how the levels are breaking. If the daily levels are breaking, I would just get into calls. Looking strong here, high volume coming in, hammer of the support here. Um, so again, two levels on in this one too. So the first level I'd be watching to play the upside would be 45, 41. I'm gonna set an alert on this one, and then after that I'm gonna go through JPM, Goldman Sachs, all these names, and then we'll see if we got a good trade on those names. Beyond a lot of volume coming in after on this after earnings coming up, looks extended here for the downside, and also. This lows here, this is IPO lows. This is IPO lows. So watch for this IPO lows. Once IPO lows break, it's game over. It's game over on a high time frame. So watch this zone. Any if beyond is not able to clear this zone anytime soon, this is gonna dump hard and gonna make a new lows. So love shorting this name. Love shorting this name. Always gives a fire trades to the downside. Um, Again, watching these lows, not interested in going long at all. Um, in beyond, if it goes to the upside, it goes, but I don't want to trade the upside. Um, 41.33 level, I'll be watching uh, to play the downside on Ford with the price target of, I guess, zero. We'll see about that. Citigroup filled the gap and rejected right away. Filled the gap. We had this support here, goes there, rejected completely. So this is also a bank name. If it breaks the downside, we can play the downside too on this one. Really good name. Contract moves nice on this one. Just setting an alert, if in case banking sector is not sustainable at the prices it is at right now, so we can definitely catch some good moves in the related banking names. So Citigroup is looking good if it breaks 61, and then upside, I'm watching these two levels here on the upside. Cat still in a daily downtrend. Nothing changes. Filled the gap here that it made, and then price stopped at resistance here. Prior worked as a support here. You can clearly see. Uh, so what I'm watching this lows, the Friday lows. Watching these Friday lows to be broken to the downside, and for the upside, let's see. I don't want to play upside on cat just yet. But again, guys, on intraday, if we see the trend is holding, then we can quickly scalp it. No big deal. But I want to see some clear level breaks before getting into a trade. CCJ, as mentioned, is a uranium name. Looks like a exact same chart here, and then looking bullish. But guys, again, I want to see this level highs. I want to see this level breaks. Wait, this is also a good level. So price above these levels, 2180s, and then can trade it back up to this highs. But this is the ultimate. This is a good breakout level. This is a safe level to play on the break, because we can see this wigged into this, and then price made a new lows, filled the gap on this rejection. So that means there's a supply here in this zone. So I'm gonna see price closing above this 2380 level and then start pushing back up. It missed a couple of names here. Guys, I want Apple to release the new, what do you say, Mac Mini ASAP, so I can connect my four monitors with one device. That shit is not annoying. So Coin, it's actually my watch list. I also had a lot at 185.73 level to play the upside on Coin. And then downside, you guys know Friday lows. You guys know Friday lows. Break this size would give us a good trade for easy 5-7 points to the upside, and then down would be the same. Really nice setups, guys, going to next week. So that means we can play either upside or to the downside on most of the names out there. And then if I see most of the stocks breaking to the upside, then I wouldn't even bother playing the downside. Costco is actually looking good. Costco's actually looking good here on the daily chart. Watching this level to be break. 5 18 21 on high watch Costco going into next week. I love playing Costco. I love playing Costco. Whenever this moves, it moves really nice. Look at this day, like it's moved 10, 20 points in a day. So any contracts I chose out of the money, $10 to $20, pay always pay 200%, 300% easy on the break. So spreads are sometimes, wide too, but if managed to get a good spread, good fill, then this thing pays nice. So on high watch, break this, and then we'll get into trades. Again, small size. I want to see these levels breaks for more confirmation for more upside. And earnings coming up, so earnings run up, we'll see. CRM earnings coming up next week as soon. So I'm watching this level 209 or 210, pretty important level, and then also had that downtrend to. If we get a squeeze after this level, that'd be nice to see. So watching these highs for any upside. Or price can reject here and break the Friday lows, guy. You guys know the rules. Daily price is in a range on Costco. Oh, not interested unless this high is taken out on not Costco, Cisco Systems. So which is a 59 or 57.70 level break to the upside, and then can play uh, calls on Cisco on the break. CVS, what a bounce, what a bounce. Healthcare sector looking good, guys. So CVS is also on my high watch going to next week. 104.90 level that I'll be watching to play the upside, and then not interested in playing the downside yet. Support is far away on the daily, and then price in the range, so not gonna play the downside just yet. Oh, CVX already broke this prior highs, so that just gives us some kind of indication, early indicator here that all of these names, the XLE, not XLE and XOP, all the ETFs and all the other oils names, which those who did not break the prior highs, that means there are chances that they will break the prior highs, because CVX looks like it's leading the way here, and it is not on low volume. This is on a pretty high volume breakout that I haven't seen in this whole run up. So would be interesting to see if CVS will hold above 139.50 and then start pushing back up to the new highs here. Good setup here, good next week. I'm gonna put it into the green one, and I'm gonna watch it how it does on Monday and going forward. Delta Airlines key levels here marked already. So watching these lows, you guys know that, and then also watching these highs. Also watching these highs to play the upside, which is 40 to 40 levels on Delta Airlines to play the upside. Also, you guys can see, this it is that downtrend to making, and then break the downtrend, start pushing back up. But a big level is this one, where it rejected and made a new lows. This one, which is like 45, 45, 14, to play the upside on the Delta Airlines. Because I'm only gonna go through, the names that I think that we can play, and then has liquid spreads. And then if these names are moving, that means the entire stock market is gonna move uh, to the either side. So if I see Disney is breaking, B is breaking to the upside, and Airbnb is breaking, and then Apple's breaking in all these highs, so that means all the other the mid caps, the small caps, they're all gonna follow the leaders. So we only gonna look at leaders and see how their daily chart looks, and then you guys can play the sympathies according to that. So I already had my alert on Disney at 150 80 for to play the upside on intraday basis, no swings. So this is a big level, the 10th February high on most of these names out there. The, I don't want to say this, but this shit is looking good. I mean, monthly comps. Last week we discussed that DKNG is going to go down just like in a firm, but that did not happen. Uh, Again, guys, no level break, no trade on this one. But I'm in a short position of DKNG currently down. I'm in a monthlies, so expecting it to go down. But if it breaks these highs, then I'm gonna get out of my position here. On the short that I'm in. So watching these lows there to be broken 2029. But damn, this looks fire on weekly chart. Let's quickly look at weekly chart and then we'll know how DKNG looks. Yeah, look at this bearish engulfing. I mean bullish engulfing on high volume after earnings. So the key level here for any upside would be this one. If I want to go long on DKNG, I will wait for price to break this 2476 level, and then that would give us a fire trade on DKNG. Let's look at the weekly magnet. As weekly is still in a downtrend, so next month, next week it can also go down. So watch for a Friday lows, but a good setup here to the either side, I would say. DVN in a sideways section, we saw CVX is breaking the highs, already closed at all-time highs. So if DVN follows or all the energy names follows, that'd be good to see. Still in a range, we'll wait for this rejection point to close above the price, and then we'll go long on this one. I don't want to look at eBay, such a shitty chart. Mm, no, I mean EA. So eBay is looking good. He was bouncing off support here that we had last week. So watching 53.45 on TKNG, guys. So okay, guys, why all these charts looks the same, guys? I'm looking at the same chart. It looks like I'm just charting the same chart again and again. At this point, you guys should know how to play the when to play the downside and when to play the upside, right? At this point. Yeah, from next week, we have seen this every single time. From next week, I'm gonna try to make it shorter, and then I'm gonna choose the all the big cap names, and then I'm gonna put it into a separate watch list, and then gonna go through all the names. So in that way, we'll have the sense of what all these big names are doing, and where the market is heading, instead of looking at 200 charts with the same setups over and over and over and again. So that is something that I'm gonna do going into next week. So you guys don't have to sit here for like 2 hours looking at the same charts. Mm, and guys, if you guys like it, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, like, and then comment would be nice too. Mm. NFS Energy looks like a good setup here. If it breaks these highs, I have marked 156 80 level on NFS Energy. A good name reporting good earnings back to back. So if market pushing back up, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some highs on NFS Energy. 156.80, any upside, and then this Friday lows marked as a red. It's got a gap up because of earnings. Let's see how the gap up sustain. Okay, this is looking good, guys. This is on high watch. This is definitely on high watch. I'm going to next week, but there's a lot of volume coming in back to back, and then if price above these levels, it can quickly retest some of these highs, which is 159.32, and the next level is the this one. 172. So room to the upside if it breaks these highs or price consolidates sometime here and wait for a Magnus to catch up and then goes back up. Let's set an alert here if we get any upside on this name. Facebook. Facebook actually looking nice. I was watching the chart. The first time it's breaking the downtrend. It first time breaking the downtrend here after reporting shitty earnings. So what I'm watching here on Facebook, um, clean levels, this will be on my watch list too. 211, 32 break for any upside, and then if it is a fake out of that fake out, and then it can quickly go back down to these levels, break 203.18 for any downside place. General Motors came into the daily demand zone here, came here, bounced off this level that we have marked um, last week, and then most of the bulls, probably seeing this pattern here on GM. That's a huge uh, falling wedge here into the support. So the levels again, Friday lows. I'm watching Friday lows, and for any upside on GM, the key levels on GM, guys. I'm gonna give you guys key levels. Very important key levels here. Mm. So these are the two highs I'm watching on GM. But well, what is the weekly level to break out? That would be this one. This is a good weekly level to be considered. To break these levels, break these highs on GM 52 for a weekly reversal, and this one 55. But for daily levels, I'm watching this 48.25 just to play uh, on the intraday basis. Well, GameStop was negative on Friday. It sucks. Reporting bad earnings, guys. Price in a range on GameStop. Just watching these lows, guys, to be broken, and then we'll get into puts. A good put setup here, to be honest. I just set an alert somewhere around. What is it? Never mind. This is something else. My bad. So watching 113 lows on GME to break, and then we can play the downside. Guys, price in a daily bear flag, um, low volume here, nothing exciting going on. I don't want to trade the chop to the upside, but if it breaks these highs, 133s, then we might consider it to play the upside. Here comes the HD gap down on earnings, now pushing back up, not trusting this pump at all. So this is a breakdown level. Uh, so if price goes back to this level, so there are very high chances that it's going to reject back again. We have seen this nice daily range that build up for almost 2 months, and then price goes back there, reject back, and then goes back down. Daily should be extended here at this point. Yeah. Hood is also holding the lows here. Surprised to see after this huge sell off, the hood is not going down, but it looks like it double bottomed here at $10, and then the daily looks like it's actually a good setup, guys. This I think this would be on my watch list too. Daily is getting tight right under resistance, so daily is getting tight right under resistance, and then most of the time what happens is just price shot up from the resistance, and this is the prior support is going to act as a resistance, and you can see clearly breakdown of this range here, and it never got retested. So if we got a momentum to the upside, retest this level, reject back down, I'm gonna have these two levels on my chart to play on Monday. I'm gonna set an alert at the highs here at 1180 to play the upside on HUD. J and J is price in the range, nothing new. That could just be a downtrend uh, break and retest here at these levels. If I see if it's if it's breaking this, it's rejecting this in a smaller time frame, that would give us a good trade to play the downside. And then this is a range break on the daily, never got retested. If even if price goes there, watch these levels on J and J to play the downside if it's reject this zone. Yeah, guys, I'm not interested in going going long in HUD, but if market is presenting us a good opportunity, then I wouldn't hesitate just to quickly scalp to the upside, and then play the downside eventually. Coke is actually looking good, guys. Coke is actually looking good on high watch going into next week, and we see all these consumer names, going up, and then Coke is a good example. I like playing Coke because the cons are pretty good. They moves nice, and the spread is pretty good too. This is a stock that doesn't gap up, gap down pretty often. So if we mark our key levels, that should play out nicely. So I'm watching these highs, um, 60 to 90 for more upside. I'm gonna put it into my green section and gonna watch how it does throughout the week. Lucid's earnings coming up. Can't say what's gonna happen in earnings. They probably sold another 5 cars. Uh, so we'll see how the earnings goes, and then we'll take a trade in Lucid according to after the earnings reaction. Lemonade reported bad earnings, gap down hard, and then price quickly recaptured all the gap. And then, but the thing is, the key level I'm watching here is this one, which was a prior low, broke down on high volume. You can see, and then if price goes back to these levels, uh, then I'm gonna go short. Most likely, if I see rejection, but also watching this Friday lows too. If market is weak, guys, these are the names that I would look and look for to short at first because market is weak. These are the names that should themselves the first. So easy to place these weak names in the weak market. Guys, what a bounce! What a bounce of lows of our levels. If you guys were here last time, you guys probably see this is a daily demand I was talking about. That price is gonna come back to this level and then gonna bounce out. I played this one on my own, did not alert in the group. Price came into this support here, right here, and then I took some cons just to experiment to see how the daily level works, daily demand works out on lows, and it worked out perfectly, guys. Price came here, wigged into it, and then gapped up the next day. The earnings was too, and then but it was a pretty good setup. And then price second time came back into the demand, and then going back up again. So it now is meeting this its breakdown level. So price is not above this level and then it can reject back down. Not interesting in long at all. Just yet a lot of noise here in these levels. I want to see this noise to be cleared before getting into a long position in lows. Watching this Friday low, just gonna set an alert and see how it does. um want to have some alerts on the Friday lows too. I haven't set many. Mo, guys, this one should be a nice one for the upside. Fire trade, guys. The only two levels I'm watching on Mo, not two, only one remaining now. So 5260. So 5260 level breaks, and then this thing can just push higher and higher, guys. So look at this guy. This was a prior uh, supply zone here, and then went back down. Price coming back into this zone, completely rejecting. Now looks like it's finally gonna break out, reporting good earnings, volume coming in. So the only level I'm watching is this 5262 level. Break this level, hold above this level, and bulls have a clear target. Bulls have a clear target to 57. So on high watch, it is on my high watch since it's breaking this highs, but it is chopping here at these levels. Looks like a building energy for explosive breakout. Microsoft, same setup as SPY, guys. If I'm playing SPY and Qs, then I'm gonna have the same levels on Microsoft too at that level. Again, price holding above this Friday highs can push back up to 301s, and then 301 breaks. Again, small sizes on in this range. Uh, then 308, 309 can come quickly. MU semiconductor name. Let's look at it real quick. Guys, what is this? Okay, this one's looking actually nice. Price came to this broke this inverted head and shoulder here, breakout, retest here on this level. Now price in a downtrend, waiting for this downtrend to break to get into some long position. I will just set an alert at high of that day. That's it. That is a good level to get into calls if it breaks, and this level. So these are two levels I'll be watching on MBU to play the upside with a target of intraday targets of on $94. And then the big breakout level, guys, is obvious, is that these highs. It is most people can see, this inverted head and shoulder forming here. So that would be considered as a neckline, all-time highs break, and then this can go to 120 very quick. But again, needs to clear these levels first to go to the upside. Netflix also bouncing off the January 24 lows there. Looks like a double bottom on this name, breaking that downtrend. Uh, Need some more volume, guys. The volume is lacking. Volume is not there, guys. Price still in a chop zone. So this is a big break level on Netflix of 413.80. Above 413.80, price can push back up to these highs, and then we have a huge gap to fill on Netflix. So this should be a good trade if it close above these levels for 13.18. And then here we have this Friday lows too. Neo, let's look at Neo. Mhm. Watching this lows on Neo, but I'm gonna set an alert for the downside on Neo. How you guys liking so far? I hope not boring you guys. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. Most people don't like to stay that long and then come back and rewatch it. That's fine. But those who are still here, I appreciate you guys. Uh, Let me know if I can improve any better with this all charting sessions, and if I need to add anything or we need to remove anything, let me know, and then we can make adjustments going into next weeks. So coming back to Neo here, so these are the levels I'm watching for the downside. I don't want to play the upside just yet, but just look at the weekly, I mean daily candles here. Yeah, so this is the key level here for the daily 2273 level. I'll be watching for the upside on Neo. Nike looks like filled the gap almost. Yeah, filled the gap completely. And the key level now here is this one. It's actually right at the key level. So reject here, and then we got a nice trade of these lows. And then we also got this downtrend break. Watching this prior candle high to play the upside, but that would be very limited upside on Nike. And then key level here, some of these levels and these levels. So these are some key resistance levels here on Nike. Break out these levels, and then price is gonna meet supply up there. Nvidia same setup as MBU or AMD, but I like the AMD and MBU better. So I would just leave Nvidia. Where is that right now? There's no point of having five different uh, names of the same sector in your watch list, and because they all gonna perform the same. Let's look at this Roblox shirt. Same setup as a firm, guys. Same setup here as a firm. Low volume push-ups here on Roblox. Watching this key level here, the Friday lows, would give us an easy trade. And let's look at the magnets here. So this is the key level. So any upside next week is if it Roblox is above 53, then I would consider getting into calls. And then this Friday lows break would give us a perfect shot opportunity on Roblox. Rivianato, I love to short this name, guys, but this thing moves with Tesla and all the other EVs. That's not good stuff because this thing is not um, even up to that mark compared to GM, Ford, or where the Tesla is. But this thing always gets the sympathy of those names. Looks like this bear flag breakdown and not getting enough follow through here. So we'll just play off the levels. So for the downside, I'll be watching 59, 78 level. Not interested in going long at all unless price clear these highs, which is 71, 40, 71, 50. Any for the upside. Roku's actually looking good. But guess what's gonna happen? Same setup as DKNG, same setup as DKNG, gap down, going back up. Looks like that, all these catty names, doing the same thing. The Hood did the same thing. Hood gap down big time. Now filled the gap, and pushed a little bit higher, and then came back down. DKNG are doing the same thing. Roku's doing the same thing. These are all the low volume push-ups here, by the way. Price is just at a resistance right now at these levels. Let me have a zone so then you guys can see clearly that was zone I'm talking about. So this is a clear zone, prior support as the resistance, reject back down. So this is the lows I'm watching here on Roku, right? Reject this zone and then break the lows, and then that would give us also a good trade to the downside. Don't want to trade it upside yet. Want to see how price react of these levels going into next week, and then we might play uh, the upside on this shitty Kathy names. Yes, look at Kathy. She sold Palantir at the bottom, and then she bought the Palantir at the top. Come on. And then the day she sold Palantir, let's look at it. He sold like I don't know how many million shares of Palantir at the bottom. She sold in here at $9. $9 she sold. Price gapped up 15%, and then next, if price goes back in here, Kathy would be the worst investor ever, I guess. Selling the bottoms, buying the tops. Where we were at Roku. Let's look at Starbucks real quick. Starbucks bouncing off this prior support here on the daily levels. Um, no trades for me on Starbucks to be honest. They should move. Moves weird. I tried playing it a couple of times. I mean, we got some decent wins, but those were some tough wins. So I would trade with caution now the Starbucks because they should move weird. Not weird than Walmart. So no trades for me in Starbucks, but these are levels that I'll be watching on Starbucks. SC is actually looking good. I shorted this name, and then it also has this gap too. So I just made this on my own. It has this gap, break the downtrend, earnings coming up. I mean, they are reporting bad earnings back to back. So if they reported bad earnings, this is also a Kathy name. So You guys know what's gonna happen. Either price is gonna go up on the earnings and then a sell-off, just like Twilio uh, or Enphase Energy, all these names, all these Cathy names gapping up hard on earnings and then gave up all the gains the same day, and then next day made a new lows. If that's the theme SE will follow, then that would be an easiest trade in the US stock market history. So SE on watch on earnings. Snapchat looks like a decent setup here. Why? Because price, you can see price in here, just a one candle chilling in here alone, had a huge gap too in here. So if I'm short, if I want to go short on Snap, then I would wait for this level to break. If this level breaks on Snap 34.94, that would be the easiest shot of this gap fill play. And for the upside, can you guys can clearly see now the prices in this daily range here break these highs. That would confirm that this was wave one high of the lows, and then this is the wave two low put it in, and then the wave three and somewhere around at the top, and then wave four will retest the highs of wave one, and then we can play um, the waves according to the waves. So right now, if this is a low setup uh, on Snapchat and then breaks the wave one highs, that would give us a fire trade to the upside. Let me see the retracement on this wave real quick. Bouncing of 38.2% retracement, fire. So this is a key level, guys. So this is a key level, breaks these levels, and then we can see some real good moves to the upside on Snapchat. Square Kathy name holding up the gains, very surprised. Guys, I wanted to go long on Square over the weekend, but if Kathy wasn't in it, I wouldn't be scared. So, but again, this name watching, high volume coming in of the earnings, just gonna play the earnings Momo here. 120.70 level for the upside on high watch, guys. On high watch Square, break this level and then it can quickly retest this 130 levels. And then the gaffle play is also in play. So nice short covering rally here on target of the lows here. Earnings coming up early next week, and then we will decide how to place target of earnings. Mostly reporting, good earnings all the time, and then it's a good company. Let's look at Tesla, guys. Let's see how Tesla's doing. Whoa, what is this candle? Or is it bull flag on the monthly chart? On the weekly, we'll know about that soon. But if it's on the weekly, that should take some time to play out. But let me see if we getting this trend line right. So we can clearly see, this is a COVID lows trend at holding. Yes, guys, Kathy's in Tesla, and then she's selling the Tesla. She sold the Tesla somewhere around these levels, I guess, around 1100 levels. I remember that she sold Tesla around 1100, and then it gapped up the next day. She should have waited and then then sell. She's selling Tesla and then buying Roku and all these shit names. And then, but she comes up on TV and says Roku is having supply chain issues. Roku is having that. Roku is having this, and telling investors to buy when she is, clearly indicating the all these companies having this major supply chain issues and having low sales and all that stuff. So I wouldn't trust that unless I'm a long-term investor and I believe in a company. So on Tesla, this is a downtrend break. This is a downtrend break on the this is a COVID downtrend break. So if Tesla is not above 950, every single pump is going to get sold on Tesla. So bulls want this level to recapture ASAP or new lows can come on Tesla. So 950, very important and a big level here on Tesla. Because you can clearly see also how many times price rejected of this level and then finally made a new lows. So that means that is a clear supply, fresh supply here on the daily. Watching this Friday lows to play out, and then well, I don't want to. I don't know if I'm good with play the upside. So if you guys want to play the upside, so this is a level that I'll be watching. 835 for any upside. Just the intraday, guys. No fucking swings on this name unless I see 950 clears. Let's look at what real. Same fucking setup, guys. Same setup. No changes in compared to other names. You can clearly see, this is a range. This is a prior support now acting as a resistance here at these levels. So and price is in this range on Twitter. Anything in between could be a chop. So break either side would give us a good trade going into next week or next month or a month after. We'll see how long this consolidation lasts for. Guys, sometimes I wait. I wait for a consolidation period to break out for months. There are some stocks I played that I waited for 2 months to get out of the consolidation and then only play it. As all you need is patience. If you're patient enough, market will reward you big time every single day. So downtrend break rate as for intraday scalp, I would be watching uh, 35, 36 levels for any upside. Yes, what is the same names? Because any chart you look at, it's the same. Isn't the case every single week? Kathy lost 380 million on Palantir. Probably a lot of millions on other names too, like Skills. This shit is at $2. Wow, she was pushing Skills so bad. I remember I was in Skills too a year ago when I was a noob. I didn't know. I was just following. I was just blindly following all the trades. And I was in Skills too. Got in at around like 14 or $15. Sold at 21. And then I was like, okay, this is a future. This company is a future, and all that stuff. Uh, but little did I know that this was a penny stock. And then same thing happened with RMO too. I was long RMO. I was like, okay, RMO is the next big thing and all the specs and stuff, but did not end up well. So the lesson I learned after losing all this is that do not trust anybody in this market. Trust yourself, trust your levels. Only then you can survive in this market. So Uber break the downtrend here. Um, Watching this Friday highs to be broken again, not out of the woods if it not breaking this 36 level. This zone basically, this zone is the supply here. Clear this supply and then we can see some push up to the upside. UPS fill the gap nicely, fill the gap, earnings gap nicely, bouncing off the gap, looking good. This level, this is actually valued level to play the upside, but that would be a quick scalp, I guess. Um, that is actually good level. So 211.60 or 212. I will just say 212 here. 212 level to play the upside on UPS. If it breaks and the market is, I think UPS can push nicely to the upside if we got a green day on Monday or Tuesday. And then it's also had a downtrend break too. So we can see some momentum in the upside with the targets of these highs 218. I believe my first target on UPS on the break and hold of this 212 level. UPST filled the earnings gap here, bounced off this daily trend. Bounced off this daily trend here. Uh, looks good. So this is the level that I'll be watching. 144 or 28 level, watching on UPST to play the upside. And then this is the big break level on 157. Break this level, and this thing, you guys know how this thing moves. When it moves for days to the upside and to the downside as well. So once it reclaims all the key levels, high volume coming in all these days, it's a good indication that there might be you know accumulation distribution going on in this name, and we'll find out pretty soon. Whoa, what a bounce on Visa. Wow. Hmm. With Visa, I'm actually looking at probably these highs, still in the range, guys. I don't know if I want to trade Visa at these levels. Well, let's just skip this one. VZ, the communication sector is coming back up, and then VZ is just going sideways. It's been months, guys. It's been months. Um, so what's next? On VZ, look at that. These are the zones I have on my chart. Rejecting once, twice, and now the third time is wigged into it. So price still in the range. Either price is above this range or below this range. Can play VZ easily on the for the upside, and then bulls also might be seeing this pattern too here. You guys probably know this is the inverted head and shoulder here forming on VZ, high volume coming in near this level break, and then to the play the upside. Can swing too, fire setup on the break only. WBA bouncing of support, clear bounce of this support here, this daily demand that had formed. Um, Look at this, guys. Dropped, formed a base, and then made a new highs. So that is a valid level to play of a demand zone. So what happened after this huge run up and this huge drawdown, price came back into our demand zone, and then we got a bounce right after. Right. So that's how you play supply and demand zones, guys. Pretty easy, fairly easy to trade at your demand zone if you're not looking at any indicators. And then if you guys follow me for a while, you guys know I don't like using indicators. The more stuff you have on your chart, the more one-sided bias you're gonna get from the indicators. So what I do, I clear all the noise. I trade what I see, not what indicators are showing me to do. So That is that's why I say, guys, don't rely on indicators, rely on your levels. That's what matters in this market. XOM did not break the highs yet. So what does that mean? CVX is already broke the highs. CVX already broke these highs. XOM is still struggling to break these highs. Could be a good sign that XOM might be lagging here too, making this nice, pretty bull flag here on the daily chart. So the levels that I'll be watching for upside, very clean levels here on XOM. 79.90 level, or you can just say 80 is a cycle level to break on XOM to play the downside. You can clearly see price in a range close above these levels, break the downtrend, and then it can test some new highs. XPEV, same setup as Neo, guys. We talked about Neo. I mean, I'm only gonna trade Neo, Lucid, or Rivian. I'm gonna have all these names in my watch list and try to play all of them. So let's just end the session with Zoom. Let's see how Zoom is doing. Okay, earnings coming up. Let's see if this shit dumps. So the key levels again. This is the daily range broke down on high volume. Never got a retest. So if this week we got a retest and reject, that'd be a nice trade to the downside. Earnings coming up, and then there are chances that we won't get a retest, and then we'll just open below $100. That would be the possibility too. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next week. And if you guys have any questions, any charts you want me to look at, just let me know quickly in the chat. I'm gonna go through that real quick. If you guys don't have any, that'd be fine too, because I quickly went most of them. Let me know, guys. Let me know quickly if you guys have any questions or charts in want me to look at, or anything, any questions you have in general in mind. Again, guys, if you're going, please like it, so more people can see it, and that all that stuff. Um, so all these videos can reach people, those who want to learn all this charting and how to make the watch list, how to the key levels, all inside out of the trading. So make sure you can like and share it uh, with the right. Yes, Macy's just in a downtrend. You can clearly see. I was actually waiting for Macy's to break these highs the another day after earnings, but it never broke my level on the daily chart. And then we can also clearly see this is support formed on Macy's. Price is still in a range. I don't want to go long on Macy's just yet because I have seen this huge rejection, huge earnings candle, which made a new lows break this zone here too of this lows, and just waiting for these highs to break, and then we'll play the upside on Macy's. It's definitely on my watch. Yes, guys, the trade recap from yesterday. I think Monty will upload the recording pretty soon, so watch out for that in the group. Arc, somebody said Arc, guys. If you're new here, I go through all these names, all the ETFs at first, and then I look at all the names. So the ARC, so that's a plan for ARC here. If you reject at the current levels, that'll be fine too. If it's not, then I would be waiting, or I can play the upside up to these levels, which is a clear supply here on ARC, and and then it goes there and then it rejects. back down here. So look like a good trade here on ARC, and then also watching the Friday lows to be broke, so we can play the downside. EFX, EFX. I wanted to get into EFX other day because man, the spreads are so bad on options. Price in a downtrend here, uh, filled the half the gap here, and then just bounced off the whole market. So I'll be watching this level, and which is also prior support here around these levels to play the upside. 220, 260 would be a good level to play the upside, and then the Friday lows break, the intraday play, and then the big breakdown level would be these levels, 207 and 203. So these are two levels I'm watching for downside. The targets on the Friday low breaks, and then the daily breakout level is this one, 222.60, and then this is the weekly breakout level, 245. So has a lot of the resistance to clear to be in the upside. So that'd be good to see. Solo, let's look at Solo. Guys, I remember this name. Same setup as most of the names out there. Even though it's a penny stock, guys, most of the names, if you guys know how to read the charts and stuff, then it does not matter if you guys are trading penny stocks or any big names, because every single name moves the same. And we can clearly see Solo is in this tight range here on the daily chart. What I will be watching is these highs. Just for intraday plays, guys. For intraday plays, watching these highs again, this is a big level 230, and then it can start pushing back up. But thing is, a lot of supply here up these levels. Not seeing it going. Even if it goes back to there, like let's say in these levels, even if it goes back to these levels, there are 1,000% chances that it's gonna reject from these levels if it even if it goes there, because you can clearly see a heavy supply in these levels. XPO, what's XPO? Never heard of this name. XPO Logistics. Looks like broke the downtrend here on XPO. Watching these highs, would be a good trade. You don't why? Because the price rejected here in the past, and then made a new lows of this and filled the gap too on this one. So break and hold above this level would be a good trade to the upside on XPO 7320 level, uh, with the targets of these highs. The prior swing highs is always my target on the break. And then again, guys, you guys know we are also watching the Friday lows on every single name. So keep that in mind while making your watch list. UA Under Armour, I remember playing this name a lot. Pretty good name, moves nicely. The cons move pretty nice too. Uh, Damn, this is a good setup. High volume coming in after earnings. That's good to see. That means there are chances that it is positioned for a move to the either side. But for now, looks like if it breaks 1572 level, it can recapture these highs, and it has this earnings gap down to fill too. Looks nice here on the daily chart. I like UA. The cons move pretty nice too on Under Armour. And then this is the clear support here that marked, that I'm gonna mark now. So we can see, the price came here, the support, broke down the support, and then respected this one, and the next day gapped up, not gapped up, but goes up, took this support, and then pushing back up. So this is the key level here to hold on UA. So watching these two levels on drive, but just gonna put it in my, where is it? The green one, to see how the price reacts of this name. All right, guys, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Any charts, let me know. If you guys don't, that'd be fine. You can always message me on Twitter or on the Discord. Um, I will answer all your questions or anything on there. So I think that's about it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this charting session, and then I wish you having a good weekend. And see you guys on Monday. And then before going, if you guys can subscribe and and all this like and kind of stuff, I would appreciate it. And then comments would be even better. So I'll take a leave. Love you guys. Thanks for coming into the session, and then bear with me for 2 hours. I'll see you guys on Monday. We love you all.